Let's get spooky. Hey cuties, Peachy here. Welcome back to a new video. And in this video, yes, we finally have the official reveal and release of the brand new Monster High Wednesday Netflix doll collection. So stay tuned, subscribe, and let's get into it. So if you've been keeping up, then you know that we've had these dolls on our radar for a hot second now. It feels like, I think, almost like a year since we've seen the prototypes, the early concept art, the leaks, the early listings, the blurry stock photos, and of course the most recent early findings of the actual dolls in stores. And finally now we have the official reveal and release of these dolls. So yes, it is time now. Get your wallets ready because this collection collaboration is not going to be cheap. In fact, one of the biggest controversies of these dolls is that they are really expensive and people are not happy about it. Are they really worth the price? Or are they really just overpriced in true Mattel fashion? Well, let's talk about it here and discuss the full-on Wednesday Netflix Monster High collection. Speaking of, let us discuss the prices. So we have the core Enid Sinclair doll at $40 US, core Wednesday doll in her uniform also at $40 US. Actually, around $40 US. I don't want to say 40 specifically because it might be a little bit over, it might be a little bit under at $39.99, or it might be, $41, $45.99. These prices always change really quickly. Those two dolls are considered the core dolls, and that's why they are also priced lower, if you can believe it. Yeah, lower at 40, again, around 40 bucks. Obviously, this price also changes drastically depending on where you live, especially if you are an international collector like me. It will cost a lot more, as we'll discuss later on. Now, the Rave'N Wednesday doll will be also much more expensive, even in the US currency, at $60 US. Yes, $60 US for the Rave'N Wednesday and doll. We have yet to discuss the fashion pack. But anyways, let's start off with the dolls here with the one and only Wednesday Addams Netflix doll. She is sporting the Nevermore Academy school uniform. It's of course her own version in black and white, so not the purple version that Enid and the other students wear. And I've seen a lot of people discuss how, maybe they should have given her a more casual look for her outfit and not just the school uniform to also match Enid, because Enid's outfit, as we'll see later on, is not the school uniform. She's wearing a casual fit. So yeah, I definitely see the point here. Yeah, it would have made more sense, especially since they are a duo, Enid and Wednesday. It would have made more sense for Wednesday to also have a casual outfit on here and not just a school uniform. But at the same time, I do feel like Wednesday in her school uniform is just so synonymous with the Wednesday Netflix TV series. It is so fitting to her, character. It's kind of preppy, but not too preppy. It is definitely like very signature looking for like a Wednesday doll. So I totally see why they went this route with the school uniform and not just like a casual outfit from the series. Also, I think they took the school uniform here, but they also made it seem more casual. So it isn't like too, polished or, like strict looking. It does feel a little bit more loose and more inspired of her uniform, because she has stockings on with the web designs. She has those really fun like combat boots with the really fun heels. So I do feel like her outfit here, it is inspired by the uniform, obviously, but it is also more casual feeling. So I think it works. At the end, it does work for me, and it looks great on her. I think she looks great. The face screening does change on the actual doll. The face screening here in the stock photos is not the same, so they do change, but it looks great in real life as well. And from what I've seen, the quality is great. It's not too bad, but at 40 bucks or more, it's definitely not worth that much. Like, I'm just gonna say it. Like, she has a backpack, which is cute. She comes with the Fing little hand companion, right? He's so lovable. But there's nothing else here aside for a stand, and I do think 40 is a little bit a lot. Like, it's asking for a bit much, for a doll that's really kind of simple looking. There are a couple of layers, I think, with the shirt and the tie perhaps, and the belt and the skirt and the tights. but I don't think there's like that many layers to really justify the price point. And also, I don't really see where the quality, like where the budget went into the clothing to justify the price point. I think it really went into the IP, obviously the licensing, the collaboration, and the packaging probably. And maybe a new face sculpt here, if they made a new face sculpt. I'm not sure if they created a new sculpt for the face here to look like Jenna Ortega, or if they just reused a older face sculpt, like with Enid, I think, and just to make it look like the actress a little bit, because I do think here the face sculpt does look like Jenna, so it might be a new one in my opinion, but I'm not sure. So yeah, anyway, in the end, I think it's a good Wednesday doll. Expensive, yes, but you know, good and definitely worth it if it's, you know, on sale or cheaper. Now we have, of course, the yin to Wednesday's yang. We have Enid Sinclair, and like I mentioned, she is decked out in this really preppy, just vibrant pink overall ensemble, which is inspired by one of her outfits that she actually wears in season 1. By the way, yeah, if it wasn't clear already, these dolls, their outfits, the looks are all based from looks that we saw from season 1. So that does leave the question open that maybe we'll get more dolls for season 2 whenever season 2 comes out, like next year. I do think that is a possibility. Like that's a very, very real and very scary possibility, because I think inevitably, even if they're pricey, these dolls will do really well, especially because they are also, you know, more mass distributed. They're sold at Amazon. They're not Mattel Creations exclusive, except for the fashion pack, I believe. So they're gonna be, you know, available. They're to the masses. They're not exclusive. They're not special edition, nada. So I think, you know, considering all of that, they're gonna do well. They're gonna sell really well. And I do think by the time we have a season 2 for the actual show, we might even have more dolls as well lined up. So I think that's exciting. But also, again, I'm scared because they're gonna be so expensive. But anyways, back to Enid. Yeah, she is perfectly in pink here in this look. I think it looks amazing. I love the beret, love the sweater, the little skull, heart details. Obviously, we have the little plaid looking skirt with the 2 little buttons, which is a really nice detail. Her claws are actually I believe a reused hand mold from Ever After High, right? Or like, I don't know, it's not a unique mold, it is a reused mold. So for the, you know, longer claws. So that's very fun. The claws are painted. She has these really nice tights on, and then she even has these really cool looking boots in yellow with unique, asymmetrical heels. So I think she's a really pretty doll. I love the backpack as well. And I also think the face sculpt here, like I mentioned, I don't think it's a new one. I think this one looks like Rochelle's face sculpt, I believe. I don't know. I could be wrong. They could both be new. They could both be reused. I have no clue, honestly. Or yeah, it could be new. I don't know, because it does look like the actress Emma Myers to some extent. I do think it captures her likeness a little bit, enough, I guess. I like the makeup, I like the hair, although, you know, in real life the hair is kind of messy, so that's a little bit of a shame, especially because you're paying so much and the hair can't be like even decent coming out of the box. So that is a little bit of a shame. Definitely, like Mattel, they gotta fix the box issue here, the box hair issue that they have, because it's not fun. It's not fun for any of us, even those of us who are amazing at restyling doll hair. It's annoying. But anyways, yeah. All in all, I think this doll is my favorite, and I will definitely get her for sure. It's just a matter of when and how much I have to pay for her, because yeah, she's expensive. They're both around $40 at normal retail price, but of course now they're going to be even more expensive because the first batch of stock has been sold out, I believe, and of course more is on the way. But you know, now resellers are going to hike up the price on, you know, other platforms, and it's just, yeah, scalpers, you know, all of that. It really sucks. So I do like her. I want to get her, but yeah, it just really, this whole situation with the pricing, how expensive it is already at retail, and then with the scalpers reselling and just that prices being higher, it really sucks because she's a really pretty doll. And you know what, screw it, I might have to also get Wednesday because a really fun detail that I've seen is that when you put the two boxes next to each other of Wednesday and Enid, the background of the boxes form the stained glass window from the TV series. You know, one half is colorful for Enid's half of the room, and then the other half is not colorful, it's just normal for, you know, Wednesday's half of the room. I think that detail is genius. Like, whoever came up with that deserves a raise. It's a small thing. It's a small little detail that most of us like won't even notice because some of us won't get both dolls, and some of us will open one doll before the other. You might miss this detail, so but if you do notice, it really just makes it even worth it to keep them in box because they do look so displayable, like this. So definitely, I think, you know, it's like you have to get both. You have to get both now because you have to complete the window, the stained glass window, to complete the to complete a window. So I mean, it's like they force you. It's like they find a little, it's like, it's not even like a big deal, but it's like, now you know in the back of your mind, like, oh god, but if I don't get Wednesday, if I don't get them both, it's like, oh, I can't form the window. It's so iconic. So yeah, anyways, I think that's just like a really fun detail, and that's also why I definitely think some, like a lot of the budget went into the packaging. So that's like really funnily, I don't know why, because it really looks like a simple packaging, but I guess, yeah, they really thought about the packaging a lot because it looks great. Of course, we also have the Rave'N Wednesday doll, which is considered to be the deluxe release of this collection. Of course, she is wearing the iconic, now infamous Rave'N dress that she wears to, I forget what it's called, but there's like a huge ball, prom, whatever. It's always the same thing in these, like, you know, coming of age, you know, whatever Netflix series, there's like a prom, whatever homecoming that they have to attend. And there was one here in the Wednesday Netflix show as well. And Wednesday basically attends it with this dress on. It's very accurate, I think, in the silhouette. It has the ruffles, the shaping is correct, the hairstyle is also there, but I think in the show it wasn't see-through. Here the fabric is kind of sheer. Thankfully, you know, they did think of that, and I think it's sheer on purpose because underneath she's wearing a full-on bodysuit. So it's interesting that they went in this route of making the dress sheer on purpose and then adding like the bodysuit underneath. Part of me thinks they did it on purpose because they wanted to justify the price point and make it, you know, more expensive. So they, you know, had to add more clothing, you know, to the doll. So they thought, oh, what if we make the dress sheer? So we have to add a bodysuit underneath. Because otherwise, you know, if you look at the actual scene and dress from the movie, from the show, the dress might be a little bit sheer, like at the ends, but not all over. Like the dress is pretty, you know, I don't think it's sheer in a series. I mean, I haven't seen a series in a hot second, but it's a pretty, like, you know, opaque, like it's like you don't see through the dress. So yeah, I don't think it's very accurate in that aspect. So definitely like a very interesting route that they went here with the dress and the sheerness and the bodysuit. Yeah, I think for me, they just wanted to make it more expensive, so they had to justify adding more clothing to her. Yeah, which is ironic because they could have just added more details to the dress itself instead of like making it sheer and whatever. And then the price point would have at least made more sense because the actual dress here, aside from being sheer, it's very bland. There's no details, there's nothing on it, there's no decals, no embroidery, no printed on details, nothing. It's just sheer, and I do think that's a big disappointment because again, you're paying, I've seen prices go up to $80. It's insane. So you're paying so much money for a doll here. She's cute, but she's not 80, she's not 70, she's not $60 worth, okay? I'm sorry. They should have added more details to the actual dress, and then justify the price point like that, because I mean it's not giving the level of the price point. I don't know. Yeah, it's not. I'm sorry. Like I think the Rave'N doll, a lot of people will maybe wait to get her on sale because she is really expensive. She's really expensive, and it's the worst kind. It's the worst kind of expensive because you look at her and you just cannot figure out why or how she's that expensive. So yeah, she's cute. I like the hairstyle, the painted on fingernails in black, really cute. The stand also is unique for her. The packaging, once again, really cute, but none of it really, again, makes up for the price point, and none of it justifies it, in my opinion. I just can't see why she costs 60, 70, 80 in some parts listings on some websites. It's not justifiable. But maybe, I don't know, what do you think? It's just the dress is so sheer, there's no details, and you're paying so much. Like, what am I paying for? The packaging? The licensing? What am I paying for? But of course, Mattel would charge the most money for the doll that captures the most iconic moment from the series. Anyways, lastly, we have the fashion pack, which is called Painted Black, and it captures the moment where Wednesday is playing the cello. She's practicing the cello, and she's also wearing a mixture of different outfits here. The dress is from a different look, and then the actual jacket and cello moment is from a different scene as well. So it's kind of like a mixture of two different scenes. Anyway, the hoodie, it has a zipper, not a real zipper. I do think at $25 US, this hoodie could have used a working zipper because, I mean, come on. But it's cute. I like the hoodie. I like the dress underneath, and I like the over-knee socks. The shoes are really fun. And of course, I think it's just so cute that she includes the cello. Like, it's just like, it really is cute. And she can even hold it because one of her hands are, by the way, I forgot to mention, but one of her hands on the core Wednesday doll is shaped in the snap position, because obviously, you know, the snapping is infamous for Wednesday and the Addams family. So that's their thing. So I love that they added that detail of the unique molded hand for the core Wednesday doll. And when you put this outfit on that doll, you can actually make it look like she's playing the cello with that snap hand mold by placing it in a certain way. So I think that's genius, obviously, and it looks really great in some shots. So this fashion pack, it's good. It's not bad. It's still like very expensive for what you're actually getting here. But I think the inclusion of the cello and the presentation of the box, I think, yeah, it's more justifiable than the Rave'N Wednesday doll. So that's saying something. And that is the collection of the new Monster High Wednesday Netflix dolls. So 3 dolls and then 1 fashion pack. Fashion pack is $25 US. The fashion pack, I'm not sure if it's like a Mattel Creations exclusive. I think it is. So unfortunately, yeah. But then the Rave'N Wednesday doll, she is $60 US. Alongside with the core dolls, those 3 dolls will be available on Amazon and I think in store as well. The core dolls for sure, but the Raven doll, I'm not sure if she will be like a Target or Walmart specific exclusive doll. I'm not sure, but yeah, essentially they're all going to be available on Amazon online for purchase down the line. So yeah, that's great. I think it's good that they made these dolls, mass produced. They're not collectors, they're not special editions, they're not limited editions or whatever. They are mass produced dolls. So that's great. Especially for, international fans like myself. I think it makes it more possible and more accessible for us to actually attain these dolls. Now, that's great, but then we have the other issue, which is the actual price points of the dolls. So yeah, unfortunately, this is the reality. The core dolls cost $40 US. The Raven doll is $60 US. The price points are insane, especially with the Rave'N Wednesday doll. Because with the other core dolls, Wednesday and Enid, I can kind of, justify the price point. I can see why, I can see some points, I can see some aspects why they cost how much they do. But with the Raven doll, the Rave'N Wednesday doll has even less to offer you than the core Wednesday doll. You are getting more by getting the core Wednesday doll than you are getting here with the Rave'N Wednesday doll that costs so much more. That's bizarre. I mean, the dress is not detailed. It's sheer. There's a bodysuit underneath. There's 2 fabric clothing pieces in total. We have a necklace, earrings, and a belt and that's it. There's nothing else in the doll. There's a stand included, but nothing else. There's no accessories. There's nothing else included. I think it's bizarre that she costs as much as she do. The only reason why she costs as much is because Mattel knew that no matter how much they would price her, people will buy her nonetheless because she is capturing the most iconic moment from the entire series with, you know, the dance scene. So that's Mattel knew. Mattel know what they're doing. So it really sucks, but it's like they don't care. They know people are going to buy her anyways because she's the Rave'N Wednesday doll. She's the infamous doll that captures the Bloody Mary song, the dance sequence from the series. You know, that alone will get people buying this doll, even if she's expensive. Just the novelty of that doll and that connection to the series is enough. So I would say overall, the Rave'N Wednesday doll is not worth the amount. The Core Wednesday and Enid dolls are, you know, arguably they are worth what they are priced, and even if they aren't really worth that amount, at least you're getting more for what you're paying. You're getting accessories, you're getting a stand, you're getting layers, you're getting just a really nice dolls and packaging. And then the fashion pack I do think is worth it. It's still expensive, but at least, you know, it's 25, it's not 40, so that's something. So yeah, overall the collection, it's good. Like, I like the actual dolls themselves, like aside for like the whole pricing thing, the dolls themselves, I think they are good overall. I think the core dolls especially are better executed. The Rave'N Wednesday doll, I just think, to me, like, it's bizarre, not only the price, but also the sheer dress, like, and the lack of details on the dress. And maybe the dress in the series is really just so sheer and doesn't have any details at all. Maybe in a series the dress really just has no details. Maybe that's the case, and maybe that is accurate. But even so, if you're charging a doll at $60 US, you are allowed to take some creative liberty here and add some details, even if it's not screen accurate. I think a lot of us would agree that we would prefer it to have more details, even if it is not accurate completely to the series counterpart. I for one, I would much more prefer for the details to be there and the dress to be more heightened and to be more luxurious looking for the price point that it is. Anyways, so I keep going back to ranting about it because it's just so bizarre. Anyways, the Wednesday dolls, Enid, they're good. Core dolls are good. Fashion pack is okay. The Raven doll, not good. So that's basically my consensus of the collection. But what do you think? Let me know down below. And I was wondering if I was gonna have enough for a video here, and I ended up talking for 20 minutes. Oh my god. Anyway, you know, it's just anyways. What do you think? Let me know down below. I hope you all enjoyed. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and consider becoming a member today to support the channel if you're able to, and of course, so you don't miss out when I post more content like this coming your way and keeping you up to date with all the loyalty you love. Stay safe, be kind. I hope this next time, stay peachy. Kisses.